On the news this morning, Rivers State government begins implementation of no work, no pay policy against Jusun. Rehabilitation work at field portion of Nkpolu Junction, axis of East-West Road, Port Harcourt, delayed. NYSC says core members can be mobilized for war. On the foreign scene, France suspends military ties with Mali over coup. I am Enoh Ogbevire. Governor Enoh Ogbevire says the state government has begun the implementation of the no work, no pay policy against the striking judiciary and parliamentary workers. Governor Ogbevire made this known during the commissioning of the National Industrial Court Judges' Quarters in Port Harcourt.
We started implementing the policy, no work, no pay. The Rivers State government will not pay judiciary workers in this June. Nobody can sit at home when we have not committed any offense for you to go on strike. And you expect us to continue to pay. We will not pay. No work, no pay.
Governor Enoh Ogbevire accused the federal government of playing politics with judicial autonomy. He said federal high courts are underfunded.
The autonomy of judiciary. Federal government saying they believe in the autonomy. Believe in the autonomy, we will agree. The autonomy. The rent is there. They will not borrow the money. You know, when you see people playing politics, and most of us are buying in that federal government is interested in autonomy. No, it's not true. What they are doing is to see if they can use the state to cover, to think that the state is the people that are making us not to grant autonomy. You that say you have granted, what is the position of our federal courts today to show how much do you release?
Governor Wike also insisted that his administration is fully implementing judicial and legislative autonomy.
We are practicing federal system. I'm not bound by any presidential implementation committee to tell me to obey the constitution. He will tell me that. I will not delegate my power to another person. I will not do that. And again, I'm hearing that they say they want to deduct money. What are you deducting? Nobody can deduct our money because what are you going to deduct? It's not there. I've already paid all the money. In fact, what I deducted is less than what I have released to the judiciary. So who will pay me back? I support the autonomy, but the autonomy must be in line with the constitutional provision. I have implemented financial autonomy of the judiciary and legislature to the fullest. I challenge any state that will say, oh, they are implementing more than us.
The state governor said the constitution recognizes three arms of government and that is on the executive list, and that it is on the executive list that has the power to present the budgets and not the judiciary.
The judiciary cannot go to the legislature to present budgets. It's unknown anywhere in the democracy. It's unknown. It is the head of the executive that has the responsibility to present the annual expenditure of the country, of the state to the legislature. The judiciary cannot present budgets to the legislature. No, the arm of government, legislature, executive, and the judiciary will put the annual expenditure for the executive to present to the legislature. And when the legislature passes it, if I don't sign the budget, it is not implementable except the legislature overrides it with two-thirds majority. So if they start giving people presidential implementation of the autonomy of the legislature and the executive, it's a lie.
However, National Treasurer of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, Jusun Jimoh Musa, criticized the policy, saying Governor Wike's comment is a proof that judicial autonomy is yet to exist in Rivers State. He called on the governor to withdraw his threat.
Sometimes back, the governor of Rivers came out to say he is complying with the autonomy of the judiciary. For him to invoke no work, no pay clearly shows opposite of what he has said earlier. That means he has not been complying with the autonomy of the judiciary. Because if he is complying, the salaries of our workers in Rivers will be prepared by the judiciary itself. But since he is paying the salary at his own Ministry of Finance by his Commissioner of Finance, that means he's not complying with the judiciary, and that is what we are fighting for.
The Jusun National Treasurer also spoke on why the strike has continued despite an agreement signed with the federal government 2 weeks ago.
Almost 2 weeks back, we signed an agreement that was brought to us by the bodies of governors. Even though what was contained was not what we really want, But for the sake of Nigerians, we signed those documents. But surprisingly, up to today, they have not countersigned the documents to return back to us, talkless of fulfilling what is contained in the agreement. That is why the strike is still on.
Jimoh Musa encouraged lawyers and those affected by the shutdown of courts to bear with the union.
We feel it, but the blame is not from our side. The blame should go to the governors that swore to uphold the constitution of this country, and they swore to protect the citizens of their various states. Now they are breaching a section of the constitution, and the union is fighting for the section to be getting right, and they are dragging all these things into this. So we are not to be blamed, and for the lawyers, we appeal to them to be patient. We are partners in progress.
Recall that the judiciary workers shut down courts on April 6 to demand judicial autonomy, and Governor Wike threatened to begin the no work, no pay policy if judiciary workers do not resume by June 1st. Deputy Senate President Enoh Ogbevire has ruled out the possibility of having a new constitution since the country's extant laws do not support it. Enoh Ogbevire, who is also Chairman, Senate Committee on Constitution Review, made the point in a welcome address at the opening of the National Public Hearing on Constitutional Amendment in Abuja on Thursday.
Specifically, Section 9 of the Constitution empowers the National Assembly to alter the provisions of the Constitution and prescribes the manner in which this is to be done. Unfortunately, it does not make similar provision for replacing or rewriting an entirely new Constitution. To embark on any process without prior alteration of Section 9 of the Constitution to provide the mode through which an entirely new Constitution could be written will amount to gross violation of our oath of allegiance to the Constitution.
Declaring the event open, Senate President Ahmed Lawan advised Nigerians with pressing views to build a national consensus around them to ensure the amendment is in their favor.
There are broad-ranging agitations and constitutional amendment proposals for the development powers of national governments, for resource control, greater representation and participation of women in governance and public life, return to the regional system of the post-independence era, creation of additional states and local governments, enhanced residency and indigenous rights, decentralized policing, and local government autonomy, amongst others. We are still open to engagement with any other relevant proposal.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has described Nigeria as a country presently dripping bitterness and sadness. The former president argued that even though the country is destined to be a land flowing with milk and honey, bad leadership has made it unachievable. He said this on Thursday while receiving a book titled The Man, the General, and the President, authored by Femi Karina at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Shaibu Ibrahim, says corps members are part of the national defense policy of Nigeria and can be mobilized for war if need be. Ibrahim, who said this on a live TV program, was reacting to moves to scrap the NYSC scheme, which is compulsory for all Nigerians who graduate before the age of 30. He said corps members are like soldiers and now on reserve. He advised parents to teach their children the spirit of patriotism. An Islamic cleric, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, has advised the federal government to support splinter groups among bandits as a way to end mass abductions of school children. Gumi, who was reacting to the kidnap of 200 Islamia children in Niger State, said many bandits are ready for dialogue and the government could use them to fight the bad ones. He said all those he meets in the bush are willing to drop their arms. You're listening to the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Still ahead, rehabilitation work at field portion of Nkpolu Junction delayed. Stay tuned. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162. And let us connect you to your customers.
Area Info.
Thank you for staying tuned. An international medical organization, Médecins Sans Frontières, says the lives of people in the northwest are now dominated by hunger, abuse, and preventable diseases. MSF, in a statement, said the crisis in Zamfara State was more pathetic as there is a rising case in preventable illnesses associated with the lack of food, drinking water, shelter, and vaccinations. It said in the first 4 months of 2021, doctors in Anka, Zumi, and Shinkarfi in Zamfara treated 10,300 children for severe acute malnutrition, measles, malaria, diarrhea, and respiratory infections. The rehabilitation work at the field portion of Nkpolu Junction axis of the East-West Road will now take more time than expected. This is as the work enters a more critical stage. Supervising engineer with the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, Enoh Austin, said this in an interview with our correspondent.
We found out that there's a lot of problem within that junction. The surface drainage we are doing to collect the surface runoff, we have done like 90-something% of that one. Notice that the thermal surface drain that is there is not enough to collect the water. So we have to demolish that existing surface drain that state government did and do our own to collect it, all of them, to join to this underground drainage. Because if we do not do it, if rain falls, it means that it will still overflow. So we are trying to solve the problem there holistically, not rush and do it and do road, let people start passing. They will still call us back to come there, and we don't want to do the work that at the end they will call us back.
Mr. Enoh, who is also supervising the ongoing Rumudara tank axis construction work, said the work is affected by weather and traffic.
We have already completed that underground drainage. So what we are doing now, so the surface drainage is what we are doing. If you go there, we are doing it. If you go to tank ESF now, we are already fixing tank. And all this place that will spoil, we fix it. So the Rumudara area, we have finished the underground drainage there. The water is flowing. Even the one that is coming from Oporo area have been connected to that underground drainage. So that place, we have gone for that place too. Apart from traffic and the weather, we don't have any challenge there.
The work was to be completed in June after heavy-duty trucks were mobilized to site. Road users still use a single lane, causing severe traffic. In business, Minister of Communications and Digital Economy Issa Pantami says Nigeria now has the capacity to produce SIM cards and smartphones for Africa. The minister stated this on Thursday in Abuja at an interactive session with newsmen at the APC's National Secretariat. He said importing SIM cards and other accessories will henceforth stop as they will be produced locally. In entertainment, Big Brother Niger Lockdown reunion will begin on June 17. With the reunion, lovers of the TV show will see their favorite housemates in the lockdown edition walk down memory lane together. The organizers of the show shared a teaser of what fans should expect from the reunion on their Instagram handle yesterday. The show host will be Ebuka Uchendu. In sports, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has stopped the Ministry of Youth and Sport Development and Lagos State from hosting the African Athletics Championships. Recall that Sports Minister Sunday Dare had secured hosting rights for the country after meeting with the President of the Confederation of African Athletics, Kaba Malboum, in Cairo on May 24. But PTF in the letter said the widespread of mutant strains of the virus in some countries poses risk of importation of mutant strains.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
France says they're stopping her joint military operations with Mali over last week's coup in the West African country. It said the suspension will continue until it receives guarantees about a return to civilian rule in Mali. French forces have been supporting troops from Mali, Chad, Mauritania, Niger, and Burkina Faso to fight militants in the Sahel region. Last month, Mali's military strongman, Colonel Assimi Goïta, overthrew the country's civilian president and prime minister. ECOWAS, African Union, has also suspended Mali from their bodies. On the news this morning, you heard Rivers State government has begun the implementation of the no work, no pay policy against Jusun staff. The rehabilitation work at the field portion of Nkpolu Junction of East-West Road, Port Harcourt, is being delayed. The NYC has said that corps members can be mobilized for war if need be. On the foreign scene, France has suspended military ties with Mali over coup. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Contact our newsroom on 0818 90 00017. My name is Enoh Ogbevire. Thank you for listening. Good morning.